Hello everybody, I'm Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online Shadowbringers. In the last episode, we finished up the then existing Whirlit quest line, where we had a cutscene where we got to meet the Legatus of the Imperial 7th Legion. And he's a bit of an interesting one. Really likes his milk, apparently. But after we finished that, started working on the Warring Triad quest series, that, if I am correct in this, is going to be needed for some other quest lines that I might be interested in doing. So we're going to go ahead and take care of that. And this brings us all the way back to Heavensward expansion. And we met a new character. I kind of forget the name. It was kind of hard to say. But we're informed that the ancient Allegan Empire that built Azus Law also captured the 3 icons known as the Warring Triad. They're basically primals. And enslaved them, or rather, contained them to use as a near inexhaustible source of energy. But at this point, those seals are weakening, and we need to head in there and deal with them to prevent the Garlean Empire from doing something stupid and releasing them, or gaining the ability to utilize these icons themselves for whatever nefarious purposes they may have in mind. So, our first objective is to deal with Sephiroth here in Containment Bay S1T7. So you're going to be heading in there to fight and destroy that primal. Now, the plan is to go in there solo to avoid queue times and wipe it out at a high level, because we can, in this current version of the game. So, first thing we're going to do is you head into the duty finder, hit the little gear icon, go ahead and turn on undersized party, confirm. We're heading on over to Containment Bay S1T7. I don't really care about that. Get that out of my face. Alright. Sephiroth the Fiend was a deity once worshipped by a tree-like race native to Mericida, brought into being for the sole purpose of repelling the Allegan invasion. Sephiroth inflicted heinous losses upon the Imperial army before finally being subdued and imprisoned in the central facility of Azus Law. Now, millennia later, his immensely powerful entity threatens to awaken, his vengeful dreams disturbed by careless ambitions of Archbishop Thornton VII, topple the first pillar of the Warring Triad, or wheresoever his colossal shadow falls shall be visited by unthinkable catastrophe. So yes, we will go ahead and head in there, and I need to bring that back up because I need to click the button. So let's go ahead and head on in. Now, I'm going in as Dark Knight, because I'm going to need not only the ability to resist a lot of damage, because I'm going to be taking all of the damage, I'm also going to need to be able to heal myself, and Dark Knight does drain life, well, it restores health with certain abilities, so that will be useful. And as you can see, I have a brand new awesome sword, and someone just teleported out. Whatever. Alright, let's go ahead and head on in and see what we're up against. Yeah, he's a big one.
Disabling Sephiroth's restraints now. Good luck.
All right, here we go. Zoom this out a little bit. So you can actually see what's all going on. Okay, I have no way of avoiding that. All right, fine. Yep. Barely doing any damage. Ooh. But he's got a lot of health. That's for sure. There's a knockback again. You flip you around. Oh, I think he's gotta get rid of these things quickly. Alright, now he's gonna hit us with his ultimate. Oh boy. That tickled. Okay, that's going to be a knockback. What was that? Don't know if you get knocked off the edge, but I don't want to try and test it. stand in there. Or you get blown off, I'm guessing. I see. Alright, I'm gonna need to stand in one of these. Right, here's the knockback circles again. I do have 2 vulnerability stacks because of that, but it doesn't seem to be hurting that badly. Should probably drop this. That. There's that storm of words again that needs to die. Need me to stand in here. It's been a little while since I played this class. I forgot where my gap closer was. Oh, looks like I got him. Excellent. All right. There we go. Let's go ahead and head out of here and see what we get for a cutscene. You did it. I've seen you in action before, but never against anything that big. My legs kept telling me to run, but I just couldn't tear myself away. I don't think I blinked once during the whole battle. A hero, tried and true. If only I had possessed such strength. Hmm? You still there? This is Kryl. Icon eliminated. Oh, if only you could have seen it. Ayame gave Sephiroth the mother of all rude awakenings. And your distraction was perfect. We encountered on a single Imperial soldier. Hmm? Yes, understood. Let's swap tales of the Rising Stones, then. On our path to the control chamber, we discovered a number of dormant thralls. It would seem the machines that preserve their forms also hold them in a state of torpor. We need not fear them summoning their deity anew. In short, our work here is done. For the present, at least. Let's go home, shall we? Hello there. That's Regula van Hydrus. Your senses are sharp, young one. I am Regula van Hydrus, legatus of the 6th Legion, and it would seem that that damnable woman and her accomplice have led me a merry dance through the thickest of this infernal island's defenses. To think that I pursued them. Shall I withdraw for now? My lesson learnt. Or I shall withdraw for now. My lesson learned. I doubt it. You Garleans never learn. You covet the means to enslave primals, but in your headlong dash to control that which you do not understand, you show less wisdom than the very beast tribes that summoned them. I have no interest in crossing blades with children. Live, grow strong, and mayhap one day you will warrant my attention. I looked back and you weren't there. Did something happen? Not of consequence. I mistook a shadow for a man. Just what are you hiding beneath that mask of yours, A longing for hope? An appetite for power? A lingering sense of regret? And I do detect a desire to test your strength. And do I detect a desire to test your strength against a certain hero? Is that what your gifts tell you? No. Those are just wild guesses, but I wonder if some few of my words didn't strike close to the mark. Or mayhap more than a few. Be at ease, Unukalhai. Unukalhai. I have no supernatural ability to read minds. The echo simply allows me to comprehend, regardless of language, that which a fellow being would have me know. You need not mask your heart as you do your countenance. That was a performance, then? A ruse to uncover my true nature? I see I shall have to keep my wits about me. I think he's much more than he appears, but we shall see. Alright, we need to head back to the Rising Stones. Alright. Yep, and there's the start of the new main story quest, which we're not going to get to just yet. Innocent? So, Warrior of Light, how did it feel to strike down so great a foe? You must tell me more of the experience once our meeting with your colleagues is concluded. Through thine all-surpassing skill at arms, do we now take our fair step in ridding this star of the warring triad's baleful presence, and in such wise do we lessen the burden bequeathed unto us by the vainglory of Allag. Know, however, that the two icons which remain are thought equal in might to Sephiroth, and may yet exceed him. Ere thou proceed, I would counsel thee to marshal thy strength and give careful thought to thy preparation. Assuming the Garleans afford us a luxury of time, even now they grasp for the means to dominate primals, blind to the technology's potential for calamity. My master taught me that the entity known as Sephiroth was this world's first sacred tree, elevated to godhood by the belief of its worshippers. There's no power more fearsome than that born of unconditional faith and unbending ideal. 'Tis plain your master found in you a willing student. Tell me, was it he who taught you of Allagan technology's potential for calamity, or are those your own words? Just but a figure of speech, nothing more. When last we met, I thought I caught a glimpse of the boy behind the mask, but it would seem your defenses are firmly back in place. Must you persist in this infuriating veil of secrecy? I, for one, would very much like to know who this master of yours is, amongst other things. As long as our purposes align, what matter my affiliation? It matters a great deal. I do not ask out of idle curiosity. If we are to fight as comrades, we need to be able to trust each other. On which note, I should apologize for my earlier trickery. It was merely an attempt to get to the heart of an enigmatic companion. Truth be told, I was rather glad you reacted as you did. No person of your age has any business being calm and aloof all of the time, much as you might wish to be. Anyway, we had best be off. Do send word if there are any further developments. A companion now, am I? Alright, so there's that one finished. Now, next we need to go through the Fate of Stars. These are all the extreme versions. So the next normal one is the Fate of Stars. Unokalhai is preoccupied with the threat of the 6th Legion. I am troubled, Warrior of Light. The 6th Legion will not soon surrender its pursuit of Allagan technology. While it is true that the 6th suffered heavy losses in attempting to breach Azislaw's defenses, the Legion is still very much a force to be reckoned with. Left to his own devices, it will not be long before the Legantus moves to... Pray excuse the interruption, but a call to this link pearl can only come from one of your fellow scions. Archon Yustola, what news? And you're quite certain they have broken through? Yes, of course. We shall leave immediately. It would seem the thing I feared the most has come to pass. The Garleans have succeeded in dispelling the barrier Eorzea placed upon the entrance to the research facility. We must intercept and destroy them before they acquire the means to control primal entities. Archon Yustola requests that we assemble at the scene of the intrusion. Pray depart at once. I will join you when I have informed the other scions of this development. Alright, we need to rendezvous at the entrance of the Eotherochemical Research Facility, which it's been a while since we've been there, but back out to Azizlaw. Okay, so... Make our way back. The flagship. The Therochemical Research Facility is through here. I see we were the first to arrive. No matter, your colleagues should be here anon. They were wise indeed to keep this area under surveillance. Had the Garland slipped by unnoticed, I dare not think of the consequences. Archon Eustola sent forth for Az's Law when it became apparent set forth for Az's Law when it became apparent that the Legantus was attempting to breach the barrier, and arrived to find that he had succeeded. We must hope that he has yet to find his prize. Well met, Unokalhai, and thank you for answering my summons so swiftly. Ayame, we shall be glad of your presence should we meet with the 6th Legion, as seems all but certain. As you may be aware, this facility houses some of Alag's most advanced technology. Accordingly, Eorzea sought to deny the Empire Eorzea ingress by weaving a ward of singular potency. Not singular enough, it would seem. I would be surprised if the Legatus had not reached the core laboratories already. 'Tis passing strange. I wove the ward in accordance with the most closely guarded teachings of the Archmages of Sharlayan. Nothing was left to chance. Naught was left to chance. Naught. 'Tis well known that the children of Garlemald have no talent for arcane manipulation, nor hath the Empire more than a cursory knowledge of sorcery. That they should succeed in unraveling so complex a skein of magecraft, and with such surpassing swiftness, 'tis passing strange. That it is, Eorzea, but 'tis a mystery for another day. Archon Eustola has the right of it. Before all else, we must move to safeguard the knowledge which enabled the Alligans to harness primal energies. A particular concern is the Genesis expression, an etherochemical formula that allowed the scholars of yore to create substance from nothingness. I know of no such formula. Whence came you by this information? From your enigmatic master, perchance? He did furnish me with that morsel, yes, and knowing exactly which prize the Legatus now seeks enables us to predict his position. Do you not see? We have been gifted the perfect opportunity to remove the head of an entire legion. I didn't think you quite so bloodthirsty, Unokalhai. Surely safeguarding secrets should take precedence over slaying Legatuses. Well, sentiments reflect my own, yet the two objectives need not be mutually exclusive. What say you, Eorzea? Eorzea? Forgive me, my thoughts were bound up in idle imagings. In answer to thy question, milady, I am content to be led by thee in this matter. But basically, you weren't paying attention. Right. I've enabled the facility's teleporters, shall we? I believe we shall. You dwell on the matter of the barrier. I do. Verily, 'twas a warding spell of labyrinthine intricacy, the brainchild of the head of the students of Baldessian himself. Even the most learned Archon would require some several moons to disengage such an enchantment. To do so in mere bells would require some preternatural power akin to the very echo itself. Let's go find out. Alright, facility terminal. Alright, so this is going to be a solo instance. We're going to be synced down to level 60. So we won't be able to just utterly destroy everything we encounter. That's alright. Alright, the Guardian strike with the Heart of Facility. Actually, I probably should have changed classes, but that's alright. Oh, these guys are pretty squishy. I don't have all of my abilities. Alright, incubation bay 7. Eorzea is going to deal with that thing. And we're just going to press on.
In the name of the Emperor!
Alright, deal with those fools. More of them, it would seem. Alright, looks like Kral got hurt. We're gonna keep on pushing. At least, you still can do some healing. Oh, inside the barrier. There we go. Probably could have killed it before it got that off, but that's okay. After the Legatus. Do we have some unexpected visitors? And still they come. Persona Yame, I will handle this. Alright, Mustela. Give them a good beating. I have exposed the bones of their work, now to extract the marrow. Even in the moment of my triumph, you persist in your misguided crusade. So be it. I shall present my prize to the Emperor alongside your head. Good luck with that.
Savages.
You got a turret going? Alright, we can deal with that. You're setting up some of those.
Can you withstand this?
Yes, I can, actually.
There is nowhere to run!
So I need to get out of the way of that, and that, and that. Okay.
Can you withstand this?
Come on, over here.
Can you withstand this?
Ceruleum's servant, huh? We've seen this before. Sapphire weapon used it.
Enough!
Yeah, that didn't work for you, did it? Yame. That's you, Stola. The Tomlith is unbreached yet, then? Trial. My wounds will not slow my blade should you seek to bar my path. And you would slay me, no doubt, but it would be your final act. Yes, we have you surrounded. What madness afflicts you, Eorzean fools? The Emperor but desires a means to shackle the Icons and their destructive appetites. Why do you rail against your own salvation? It is not for man to wield such power. The primal energy your Emperor seeks to contain would be as kindling awaiting for a spark. Forget not the White Raven, Legatus. Like thee, he presumed to wield the power of Allag, and invited the calamity in so doing. This star's fate is too important to be decided by one man, a warmongering savage least of all. Have care, boy. You speak of my Emperor. But dying here in defense of his honor will not further his cause. Well, well, I appear not to be dead. But, ow. Trial. I may have cracked a rib or two, but I'll be fine, honestly. Our foes give no quarter. Had Unokalhai stinted in his defense of thee, thou mayst be certain thy hurts will be far worse. I could do no less. Mistress Kryl is here at my behest, after all. The secrets of Allag are safe for the present, though 'tis doubtful the Legatus will return to Garlemald till the prize he coveteth lieth in his grasp. Then we must redouble our efforts to protect this place. Kryl and I will place additional seals upon the Tomelith. Unukalhai? I appreciate you staying at my side. Thank you. Was not. Oh, please. It was a good deal more than that, and you know it. Now let me help you. When a woman thanks you for saving her life, the customary response is, "You're welcome." You are welcome. Alright, we'll leave them to it then. Alright, we are now back out. Let's, chat. Eorzea. Are the new wards already in place? My colleagues yet toil upon their enchantments. I come unto thee in secret, that I might question thee outside their hearing. Question me? I would speak with the one who undid my subtlest magecraft, he who invited an Imperial Legatus into this facility in hopes of engineering the man's demise at the hands of the Warrior of Light. You accuse me of masterminding this day's events? The plan may have been thy master's, but the deed was thine. Thou didst lure the Legatus of the 7th Legion into a trap from which he was not intended to emerge. 'Tis plain to me now that thy seeming opportunism in proposing his elimination was feigned, and that his death was the object of thy plan from the first. And you have proof of this? Thine own words betrayed thee. Thou didst speak of the Empire's desire to claim the Genesis expression, the existence of which even the learned Mistress Kryl was ignorant. Whence then did the Legatus come by such definitive knowledge? And then there is the matter of mine unraveled ward. None save one possessed of an otherworldly gift could have so swiftly effected its dissolution. Know thee of another blessed with such? Assuming these accusations have merit, what then? Full many times, and oft doth the pursuit of truth lead men down darkened paths. I take no issue with thy purpose, 'tis but thy method I would call into question. In the Garlean Empire we have a common foe. Hast thou deigned to share thine intentions with the Yame or Mistress Kryl, 'tis like that we would have closed the trap with less risk to life and more success. I sought to use the most dangerous secrets of Allag as bait. Who among you would agree to such a reckless plan? None, and with good cause. Irrespective, thou weren't remiss in thy duty to thy comrades. I note with some disappointment that it matters concerning the primals and those who would control them, the cold rationality upon which thou so pridest thyself is conspicuous by its absence. Know that the salvation of this star is an end too vast for any one of us to accomplish alone. Shouldst thou fail to trust in thy comrades, I foresee thy actions precipitating some terrible misfortune. Indeed. My sincerest apologies, Ayame. Eorzea is correct in his suspicions. It was I who orchestrated this encounter with the Empire. I would ask that thou forgive Unukalhai this transgression, and keep mention of it from Mistress Kryl. 'Twould be a pity for one foolish decision to wither their budding camaraderie ere it had a chance to bloom. There you are, you rotten idler. When Ystella realized we were struggling with the wards alone, she was absolutely livid. Ah, never mind the warring triad. I have woken Archon Ystella's tempestuous wrath. In supplicant mood shall I return at once, and there atone for mine indolence. Reading Eorzea's lines is not easy. Alright, come Ayame. It is time we return to the Rising Stones. Alright, so we're going to head back to the Rising Stones, turn this thing in, and then we'll probably call that a day there. Alright, let's see. Once again, I must apologize for acting without your consent or counsel. As a gesture of repentance and a sign of good faith, allow me to share something of myself with you. As Eorzea suggested, I possess the gift of the Echo, though it is of a nature different from yours. Regardless, I would use my gift for the selfsame purpose, the salvation of this star, and nothing poses a greater threat to the world than the proliferation of primal harnessing technology. This I know only too well. What I am about to divulge concerns the fate of another star entirely. On this other world, a magic was devised that allowed the realm's champions to use a stone known as Auracite to contain the power of primals. We're somewhat familiar. So armed, these heroic souls conquered god after god, oblivious to their weapon's fatal imperfection, its propensity to bleed primal energies, and with each victory the heroes changed, transforming at last into fiends of endless appetite. Insatiable in their hunger for ether, they ultimately went to war over the star's ever-dwindling life force. That sounds somewhat familiar. And fought until there was nothing left. Thus, as Eorzea so astutely observed, when I am faced with those who rush to embrace power unchecked, I lose all semblance of rationality. Know that my master, too, cares deeply about the fate of this star. I am his servant, his instrument, sent here to ensure that the same tragedy does not consume another world. So, you're from one of the other shards, it would seem. Alright, so we'll go ahead and stop here. And start up his next quest when we come back. So for now, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.